Well, now we're gonna start our series of factorization. Okay, factorization of algebraic expressions. By definition, factorization is the process of writing a number or an algebraic expression as the product of its factors. Now, it is sometimes considered as the reverse procedure of the distributive law. Here we will discuss the highest common factor, the difference of two squares, quadratic or trinomials of the form x squared plus bx plus c, and then quadratic trinomials of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. And note that a is different than 0, and then factorization by grouping, and then sum and difference of 2 cubed. Now, let's first start with the first point here, which is factorization, highest common factor. Okay, let's take this one. I know it's something like we did in the previous grades, like 9, 8, 7, etc. Now, okay, we have exercises here. Let's work out, before we do this, first of all, I was saying that factorization is also considered as the procedure, the reverse procedure of the distributive law. Okay, let me give an example. You know, the distributive law said, like, if you have like A, open bracket, B plus C, okay, this is equal to, you know, the process was to do A times B and then A times C, and this is equal to AB plus AC, okay? Now, this time we will not have what we have on the left hand side, but we'll be given what is on the left hand side, what is on the right hand side, I mean. So it's like AB plus AC, and then they say write it in terms of its product, okay? In other words, factorize. So it's going to be, we're going to look at the common factor, it's A, and then we can take A as a common factor up there, like outside the brackets, and then write B plus C within the brackets. Okay, so and then we say that A and BC are factors of AB plus AC. Okay, now let's do the examples that we have here. Now, question 1, we have 6x to the power 3 plus 12x. So we're first going to find the highest common factor, okay? If you are unsure how to do that, okay, I remember in the previous grade 7 and 8, we were doing what you call 3 factors, okay? On the, somewhere you can say, okay, the factors of 6 are like 2, 3, and then by 3, and then that's 1, and then it's going to be 2 times 3. And then the factors of 12 will be like 2 by 2, it's 6, by 2, it's 3, by 3, it's 1, and then this is like 2 times 2 times 3. Now you notice that 2 is here, and then 2 is there also, 3 is there, 3 is there, it's common, okay? 2 and 3 are on both factors here and there, so we can take 6 as a common factor, okay? But this is what we're doing when we're younger, for younger grades, I guess. You need to be able to perceive that the highest common factor here is 6, okay? We cannot take 2 as the highest common factor. 2 is a common factor, I agree. 3 is also a common factor, yes, but they are not the highest common factor. We need to take the highest common factor. In this case, it's 6. So when I take 6 as the highest common factor, I mean, for the coefficient, I take 6, and then x cubed here means there are 3 x's. So it's like, it's something like we had, it was like x there, and then this is 1x. So I can take 1x out as a common factor also, and then I can, over here I say 6x, and then open bracket, close bracket there, and then there we will be left with x squared plus 2, okay, because 6 was a common factor. If you times back, you retrieve 6x cubed. If you times 6x by 2, that makes 12x. Okay, so that was question 1. And then question 2, we have like 6x cubed plus 4x squared. Okay, again, over here, note that the x's here, there are 3 of them. So x times x times x. And then over here, we have 2 x's. It's going to be x times x. Now, for the coefficients, 6 and 4, the highest common factor is 2. Okay. And then for the variable, the highest common factor is x times x. Because we have two x's on the first term, 2x on the last term. So we can just take x, which means x squared. That's the common factor. And then what should be the bracket then is like 2 times what is 6, it's 3. And then there remain another x over here. So I'm gonna write 3x over here, and then plus, and then on the other term, when we take 2 out, 2 times what is equal to 4, obviously times 2. And then I can't write any x because the 2x's are already out there. So this is how we can factorize this. And then let's take, next question is 5x to the power of 3 plus 5x. So say here 3, 5x to the power of 3 plus 5x. And then over here, we can take 5x. And then for common factor, and then what should be the bracket then? I already take 5x, 1x out. There are 3 x's there, so there remain 2 x's for the first term. And then for the last term, the whole 5x is already out. So it's just gonna be, we're not gonna say plus 0. No, don't do that. It's gonna be plus 1 because 5x times 1 is 5x, and then 5x times x squared will be 5x equal 3. Okay, so question 4 will be 12x cubed minus 18x squared. This will be what? Again, over here, we're going to select the highest common factor for 12 and 18. Okay, if you do the 3-factor, as we did in the previous grade, over here, it will be, in case you don't perceive it, do the 3-factor, it's going to be 6. Okay, for the coefficients, and then for the variables is x squared. Okay, I cannot take x cubed because there are 3 x's here, but while over here we have 2 x's, so I must take x squared, the highest common factor, and then open bracket, close bracket there, and then what should be in the brackets? So because I take 6 out, so it's gonna be like 2, and then 1 x remains. On the other one, negative 3. That's all. So you can check your answers. If you do 6x squared times 2x, you get 12x cubed. 6x squared times negative 3, you got negative 18x squared. Okay, let's take question 5. 3x squared minus 9y plus 12xy. Question 5, we have like 3x squared minus 9y plus 12xy. Over here, we look at the terms. We have 3 terms here, and each term is a multiple of 3, so we can take 3, the common factor, and then only the first and the last term has x's. So because x is not in the middle term, one term like x, I cannot take x as a common factor. Okay, the last 2 terms has y. The first term does not have y. I cannot take y either as a common factor because it's not common. Okay, it would be pretty common if it was on all the terms. So it's just gonna be 3 out there like that in the bracket like this. I put there, and then there I'm gonna say x squared, okay, minus 3y, okay, and then plus 4xy. Okay, and then question 6. Question 6 is over here. we have like 8a squared b squared minus 64ab. Let's write it here. 8a squared b squared minus 64ab. And then we will identify the common factor of the coefficients first. 8 and 64. What is common? It's 8. Okay, because 8 gets into 64 8 times. And then there we have like a squared and then 1a. So I can just take a out there. And the other side we have b squared, and this side we have 1b. So I say b there and then open bracket, close bracket. So there we have remains with a b minus what? Minus 8. Okay, because if you times back here, that makes 8a squared b squared, and then 8ab times negative 8 will make negative 64 ab. Now we take question 7, okay? That has 16 m to the 4 n to the 8 minus 8 m to the 3 n to the 7 plus 36 m squared n cubed. Now, let's look at the terms, the coefficients first. We have 3 terms. This is a term, that is a term, that is a term. And then we can take now the common factor of the term. We can notice, if you do that correctly, you notice that the common factor here is 8, okay? So I can take 8 as a common factor, okay? Now, there we have 4 m's, m to the power 4, m times m times m times m, and then that's 3 m's, and that times 2 m's. So we can take, this will be, the smallest will be the highest common factor. Usually students confuse when they have highest common factor, they think it's the variable that has the larger exponent. No, it's rather the one that has the smaller exponent. So we can take m squared there, and then for the next variable n, okay, the highest common factor will be n to the power 3. So there I say n to the power 3, and then we can just open brackets and then close bracket there, and then there I'll write like 2m squared, okay, n to the power 5 minus m to the power of 1, which is just m, and then n, because n to the power 3 is out, I'll write n to the power 4 plus 36 there, so we take 8 out, so it's gonna be 4, and then over here it's gonna be 4, and then m squared is already out, I don't need to write it, and then n cube is also out, I want to write it, so the answer is actually that, okay? That was question 7, and then let's see question, oh yeah, that was the last question. So thank you. If you like the video, please also press the hands up button, and then subscribe to the channel and share. Thank you.